Hello everyone, welcome to Learn and Enjoy YouTube channel. I am Hemaa and we are taking the 5th standard history of State Board. We have already seen the 9th lesson of that standard and today we are going to take the last lesson of 5th standard, that is historic period. In this lesson, we will see the important points and after that the question and answers. Then let's start. Lesson number 10, historic period. The important points of that lesson. First one is, what is culture? The knowledge of various arts, skills and traditions inherited from generation to generation and the way of life founded on that knowledge is described as culture. This is the definition of culture. Okay. The main components, the 5 main components of culture are given there. The first component of the culture is modification of the natural surrounding for comforts. Second, processing of foodstuff, culinary art. Third, making tools and instruments. Fourth, technology to transform natural raw material into finished goods. And fifth, capacity to think and express ideas leading to enrichment of languages. Then this is the point of what is culture. The second point of that lesson is ancient civilizations in river valleys. Culture in the New Stone Age was based on the agricultural way of life which flourished along the banks of the rivers. Agriculture being the main occupation, fertile soil and constant water supply was necessary for agricultural production. People in the New Stone Age established their village settlement on the banks of the rivers. New Stone Age culture gave rise to the early civilizations and around 3000 BC, yani before Christ, the ancient civilizations emerged in Mesopotamia, Egypt, Indian subcontinent and the China. The 4 main riverine civilizations are given here. These civilizations are known as riverine civilizations as these emerge in the river valleys. Which 4 riverine civilization is given here? Mesopotamia, Egypt, Indian subcontinent and China. Point number 3, ancient riverine civilization and sports and entertainment. In Mesopotamia lived in the land between river Tigris and Euphrates which flow through Turkey, Syria and Iraq. And Mesopotamian region are Ur, Uruk and Nippur. Egyptian civilization lived near the river Nile which in the eastern part of Sahara Desert in the North Africa. Chinese civilization. The location of Chinese civilization is lived in the valley of the river Honghe in China, and Harappan civilization lived in the valley of the river Indus in north and western part of the Indian subcontinent. The prominent places in the Chinese riverine civilization is Luang, Beijing and Chang'an. And Harappan civilization, the prominent places are Harappa in Punjab, Mohenjo-daro in Sindh, Lothal and Dholavira in Gujarat and Kalibangan in Rajasthan. The distinct feature of these 4 riverine civilizations are: first, Mesopotamian civilization. The distinct features of the Mesopotamian civilizations are progress in agriculture, hunting and wrestling were popular sports in Mesopotamian civilization, chess-like games played on that time, music and dance was a part of the celebration of festivals, and balak, string musical instrument, also played cymbals, rattles, flutes and drums in Mesopotamian civilization. Second, the distinct feature of Egyptian civilization. Progress in agriculture, small embankments on river for irrigation, hunting and wrestling were the popular sports in Egyptian civilization, Sinat chess-like game is played on that time, and Pharaoh king participated in celebrations and danced with the people in Egyptian civilization. The distinct feature of Chinese civilizations are: King Hunagadi introduced agriculture, animal husbandry, wheel carts and chariots, boats and clothing in China. Production and dyeing of silk and board games were popular in Chinese civilization. And the distinct feature of Harappan civilizations are systematic town planning, concern for public hygiene, fortification of cities, making of well-baked earthen pots, bronze objects, and beads from semi-precious stones, making of clay toys, worshipped Pashupati and Mother Goddess. Board games were popular. Bronze image of the dancer indicates importance of dance. In this lesson, we have also seen the characteristics of early civilizations. What is the main characteristics of early civilization? That is settlement along the river banks. But many characteristics are given in this lesson, and we have seen the main characteristics of these four civilizations. In short, we will take the characteristics of early civilizations are settlements along the river banks, use of copper and bronze, developed technology and craft specialization, developed irrigation and water distribution systems, surplus production leading to long distance trade, well-developed script, use of wheeled vehicles and waterways for transport, planned cities, architecture and sculpture, progress in mathematics, astronomy and medicine. Okay, now we'll see the question and answers of these lessons. The first question of this lesson is answer in one sentence. The first one, where did the people in the New Stone Age establish their village settlements? The people in the New Stone Age established their village settlements on the banks of the rivers. What is the answer? On the banks of the rivers. Second question, what articles were the Harappan craftsmen skilled at making? The Harappan craftsmen were highly skilled in making bronze objects and beads from semi-precious stones of different colors. You have the question answers in front of you. Now see the answer in brief. The first question is, what are the some of the well-known characteristics of Harappan cities? The first point of the answer is systematic town planning. The houses were built in blocks created by parallel roads that cross each other at right angles. Huge granaries and spacious houses. Concern for public hygiene indicated by bathrooms and latrines in every house and a covered drainage system. Carefully constructed private and public wells. City divided into 2 or 4 parts, each having a separate fortification. This is the answer. You can see on the screen and write it down in your notebook. Okay, take the next question. What made the soil on the banks of the river Nile fertile? The river Nile gets flooded every year. The land along her banks has become very fertile due to flood deposits. Small embankments were built on the river to store the flood water. After the soil in the flood water settled to the bottom, and the water was used for irrigation. Okay, these are the answers. Now we have the chart in front of us. Riverine civilizations. Riverine civilizations flourished on the banks of the river. So the civilization's name or a river's name is given in this chart. We have to find out the second name. For example, Honghe. Honghe is the river in which civilization? Chinese. So China is the answer. Egypt. Egypt is a civilization, and on which bank it flourished? The river bank Nile. So Nile is the answer. Mesopotamia, the river Tigris and Euphrates. And Indus. Indus is a name of the river, and there the Harappan civilization flourished. So Harappan is the answer. Okay, we have seen the lesson number 10, the question answers. I hope so you enjoy the video. Thank you very much.